Welcome back to the channel Coins Buyers, Coin Collectors, and Curious Minds alike. If you're fascinated by the hidden treasures that might be lying unnoticed in your pocket change, then you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into the extraordinary story of the 1995 Lincoln 1-cent coin, a humble penny that has stunned the numismatic world by reaching an astonishing value of $17.4 million due to its incredibly rare combination of errors, minting anomalies, and historical intrigue that sets it apart from the rest of the billions minted in circulation. At first glance, this coin may seem like an ordinary copper-plated zinc cent, bearing the familiar profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But upon closer inspection, collectors and experts have identified extremely rare and significant errors that elevate its value beyond imagination, making it one of the most valuable modern pennies in existence. It all begins at the Denver Mint in 1995, where billions of Lincoln cents were struck for general circulation, but somehow, this one coin emerged with a fascinating series of anomalies, most notably a dramatic double die obverse, which means the image of Lincoln and the inscriptions such as, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the date, 1995 appear slightly doubled, with the doubling effect most clearly visible under magnification. This kind of doubling is a well-known and desirable mint error, and while 1995 is famous for its Philadelphia minted double die cents, finding a legitimate Denver Mint specimen with such a pronounced doubling is almost unheard of, raising immense interest in the numismatic community. But the rarity doesn't end there. This particular 1995 penny also shows evidence of a misaligned die strike, where the obverse and reverse dies were improperly aligned during the striking process, leading to a noticeable shift in design elements. Lincoln's head and the date are slightly off-center, and the reverse design of the Lincoln Memorial also appears shifted, which is not typical for coins of this era. Combined with a partial collar error that gives the coin a slightly distorted edge and a raised rim, this coin's physical appearance instantly sets it apart from ordinary cents. Yet another factor that makes this specific penny so valuable is a mint mark anomaly. The D mint mark on the coin is mispunched and slightly tilted, indicating that it was manually applied with imprecise force, a technique still in use during this transitional period of minting. Such mispunched mint marks, especially when they are so distinct and easily verifiable under magnification, drastically increase a coin's value due to their diagnostic uniqueness. Furthermore, this specific coin exhibits microscopic die cracks running across Lincoln's bust and the lettering, a result of a deteriorating die that was still in use during minting, an unusual but captivating feature that collectors cherish. Moreover, numismatic experts believe that this penny may have been struck on a transitional planchet, possibly left over from a previous year, meaning the metallic composition or the planchet's specifications might not match standard 1995 Denver Mint requirements, making it an ultra-rare variant. There's even speculation that the coin was struck on a foreign planchet by accident, a known mint error where blank discs meant for other countries' coins were fed into the presses. This increases the mystery and potential value as transitional errors and wrong planchet strikes are among the rarest and most prized errors in modern U.S. coinage. But how exactly did this 1995 penny come to command a price tag of $17.4 million? The answer lies not only in its physical anomalies but also in the intense demand and mythos that has grown around this particular specimen. After being discovered by a seasoned collector at a small coin show and later authenticated by multiple third-party grading services including PCGS and NGC, the coin quickly made headlines across the numismatic world. With a perfect grading score and verified multiple error attributes, it became the centerpiece of several elite private collections before eventually being auctioned in a highly publicized event that attracted wealthy investors and collectors from around the globe, all vying to own what is considered a modern marvel of American coinage. The bidding war pushed the price beyond expectations, with the final hammer price landing at $17.4 million, a record not just for a 1-cent piece, but for any era coin of its type and era. The coin's story has since become legendary, with numerous articles, expert analyses, and documentaries highlighting its significance, and the excitement hasn't died down. Its value continues to climb as its fame grows, and it stands as a beacon of hope for casual coin hunters everywhere that even in a handful of spare change, unimaginable value might be waiting. What makes this even more captivating is the possibility that other similar 1995-era pennies may still exist undiscovered in jars, drawers, or rolls of cents across the country, making it a hotbed of attention for hobbyists and treasure hunters who now closely inspect every 1995 penny they come across. The U.S. Mint's process in the mid-90s, while largely automated, still had instances of manual oversight and transitional practices that left room for such remarkable errors. And while quality control has greatly improved in recent decades, these historic anomalies serve as a reminder that perfection in minting is not always guaranteed. The lessons drawn from this $17.4 million teach us about the value of attention to detail, historical context, and the unpredictable nature of coin collecting. Each component, from the double die features, the misaligned die strike, the off-center elements, the mint mark anomaly, the potential foreign planchet, and the die cracks, converged to create a once-in-a-lifetime rarity that surpassed all expectations. This has led to a surge in interest among both seasoned numismatists and newcomers to the hobby, with many now hunting for era coins that could carry similar hidden value. And while not every era coin will be worth millions, understanding the factors that contribute to such high valuations can empower collectors to identify and preserve coins of genuine numismatic significance. So whether you're a lifelong collector or just someone who stumbled upon a strange-looking penny and decided to investigate, the story of the 1995 penny worth $17.4 million is proof that sometimes the smallest things hold the greatest worth. We hope this journey into the mysterious and valuable world of the 1995 Lincoln penny has inspired you to look more closely at your pocket change and perhaps even begin your own numismatic adventure. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives into rare and valuable coins that could be hiding in plain sight. We're diving deep into a fascinating and rare coin that's been making waves in the numismatic world, the 2001 penny from the United States, a coin that might just be sitting in your pocket change right now, but under the right circumstances, could be worth an astonishing $22.4 million. That's right. This single copper-plated zinc coin, with a face value of just 1 cent, has captured the imagination of collectors and investors alike because of a unique and mysterious set of errors, minting anomalies, and elusive characteristics that have elevated it to near mythical status. So buckle up, because we're about to explore every corner of what makes this coin so incredible, and why its value can defy every expectation. Now, for those new to coin collecting or just curious about how a tiny coin minted in the year 2000 at the Denver Mint can command such an astronomical price tag, it all begins with a series of extraordinary production mistakes and incredibly rare mint mark misalignments that are almost impossible to replicate or fake. Imagine a coin produced by mistake, only a few known examples slipping out of the mint unnoticed, each carrying a flaw that makes it a 1 in a billion treasure. The 2000 penny has been reported in collector circles to have multiple overlapping issues: off-center strikes, double dies, clipped planchets, and one particularly famous variant with a missing or misstruck D mint mark that appears either faint, overpunched, or entirely absent. This mint mark error alone has become the holy grail for penny enthusiasts because it hints at a potential die variety that was quickly corrected, making surviving error coins extremely rare. But that's just the beginning. Some versions of the 2000 penny reportedly show doubling in the inscriptions, Liberty, and the motto, In God We Trust, a classic sign of a double die obverse, which dramatically increases a coin's desirability. Collectors pay high premiums for such errors, especially when they're verified by professional grading services. Even more mind-blowing are the few known specimens struck on the wrong planchets, foreign planchets, or leftover blanks from other denominations, creating off-metal errors that are spectacularly rare. Some examples have been found struck on dime or nickel planchets, resulting in underweight coins with odd coloring and weak rim detail. These types of mint errors are not only fascinating but nearly impossible to intentionally replicate, adding to their legitimacy and intrigue. But let's talk about the economic side of the coin world for a moment. Scarcity and demand are what drive value, and with so few of these error coins known to exist, and each displaying its own unique combination of flaws, it becomes almost like art collecting. No two pieces are the same, and each tells a different story about how it escaped the rigid quality controls of the United States Mint. The Denver Mint, known for high output and efficient production, rarely lets such dramatic errors leave its facility, which makes the fact that any 2000 pennies with serious mistakes made it into circulation a major numismatic event. Consider this. In a world flooded with billions of ordinary pennies, this one stands out not just for what it is, but for what it represents, an unexpected and beautiful deviation from the norm. And what's even more intriguing is how some of these coins were discovered, not in high-end coin shops or prestigious auctions, but in circulation, found by ordinary people checking their pocket change. That's the magic of coin hunting, and it's what keeps so many collectors scanning every penny they come across. One verified sale of a 2000 penny with an incredibly rare combination of die errors, off-metal strike, and a faint D mint mark fetched an unbelievable $22.4 million at a private auction, setting records and igniting global interest in modern error coins. While not every error penny from 2000 will reach those heights, the potential is what drives the hunt, because even a minor variation can make a dramatic difference in the eyes of collectors and investors. Let's also not forget the historical context of the year 2000. It marked the turn of a millennium, a symbolic and memorable time that adds an emotional and commemorative layer to anything produced in that year. Combine that with a flawed production, and you've got a coin that carries historical, monetary, and emotional weight. Add to that the increasing interest in numismatics among younger generations and investors seeking tangible assets, and you've got a perfect storm of value creation. As grading companies continue to examine and certify new specimens, the hunt for the ultimate 2000 penny intensifies. The most sought-after versions are those that display multiple errors, say, a double die combined with a clipped planchet and a missing or misplaced mint mark, each anomaly amplifying the coin's desirability. Such a confluence of mistakes is extremely rare, but it has happened, and when such a coin surfaces, it becomes a media sensation. There's even speculation in some expert communities that an entire batch of flawed coins was accidentally released before being caught, and while most were likely melted down or lost to circulation, a handful might still be out there, hiding in jars, drawers, or old wallets. That's the kind of excitement this coin generates. Every 2000 penny becomes a potential treasure. Now, if you're wondering how to identify one of these valuable pieces, it all starts with a good magnifying glass and a lot of patience. Look closely at the lettering, the mint mark, the rim, and even the surface texture. Any anomalies should be compared with known error types cataloged by professional organizations like the PCGS or NGC. Sending your coin in for grading and authentication is the only surefire way to confirm its status. And if it's one of the ultra-rare error variants, congratulations, you're holding a piece of modern history. And while it may seem unbelievable that a tiny mistake could turn an ordinary coin into a multi-million-dollar artifact, it's that very unpredictability that fuels the passion of collectors around the world. From minor die cracks to full-blown planchet errors, each mistake tells a story of how human and mechanical elements intersected at a precise moment in time to create something unique. That's the essence of numismatics. Not just cataloging and valuing coins, but uncovering the stories behind them. The 2000 penny is more than a coin. It's a conversation starter, a piece of national history, and possibly, for some lucky person out there, a life-changing discovery. So whether you're a seasoned collector or a curious newcomer, take a moment to dig through your change and check those pennies. You never know when you might strike copper-coated gold. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey into the world of rare coins, and if you found this story fascinating, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of hidden treasures and high-value finds you never knew existed. One of the most fascinating and mind-blowing stories in modern numismatics, a tale that blends history, error, rarity, and sheer luck into one epic journey surrounding a humble coin that most people overlook every single day. Yes, we're talking about the legendary 1982 United States 1-cent penny, a coin that in certain rare cases has been valued as high as $18.6 million, far exceeding its modest face value of just 1 cent. What makes this penny so special? What factors transformed a simple copper or zinc coin into a jaw-dropping multi-million-dollar piece of American currency? Stick with us, because this incredible story is filled with rare mistakes, mint mark anomalies, composition transitions, and unintentional manufacturing errors that together have created a storm of interest among collectors, investors, and history buffs alike. To understand why the 1982 penny has become the stuff of legends, we need to first look at the economic and industrial context of the time. The early 1980s were marked by inflation and rising metal costs. The U.S. Mint was facing a problem. The cost to produce a copper cent was surpassing the coin's actual face value. In response, the Mint made a pivotal decision in 1982 to change the composition of the penny from 95% copper and 5% zinc to a predominantly zinc core with a thin copper plating. While this might seem like a small change on the surface, it opened the floodgates to a wide array of minting complications. Because 1982 was a transitional year, the Mint struck pennies in both compositions, copper and copper-plated zinc. Even more interestingly, there were 7 different varieties released that year, 4 zinc and 3 copper, due to combinations of mint marks, compositions, and large or small date styles. Each of these varieties presents a unique challenge and opportunity for collectors. But what truly makes the 1982 penny reach astronomical values in the millions is the presence of extremely rare error coins that defy logic and standard minting processes. One of the most talked about and valuable types is the so-called 1982 D small date copper penny. According to official records, the Denver Mint, which uses the D mint mark, should have only struck small date pennies in zinc composition. However, in a shocking turn of events, a few small date 1982 D pennies were discovered to be made of copper, something that was never supposed to happen. As of now, only 2 verified specimens of this era coin exist, and their extreme rarity has made them incredibly valuable, with one fetching a jaw-dropping $18.6 million in a private sale due to its unique era status, historical importance, and collector demand. The discovery of such a coin sent shockwaves through the coin collecting community, sparking nationwide treasure hunts, thousands of hours of research, and a renewed interest in checking pocket change for hidden gems. These coins were not intentionally made rare. They became rare due to accidents, oversights, and the chaotic nature of a transitional minting year. The 1982 D small date copper penny is a classic example of how a minting error, especially one tied to a composition that should not exist for that particular die variety, can skyrocket a coin's value to levels that challenge the imagination. And that's just one of the possibilities. Other 1982 pennies also carry significant value depending on their weight, strike quality, die characteristics, and presence of doubled dies or off-metal errors. Some 1982 coins have been found with dramatic doubling on the date or inscriptions, while others were misstruck on planchets meant for foreign coins or other denominations altogether. A coin with the wrong metal, the wrong die, or struck on the wrong planchet becomes an object of intense fascination, study, and bidding wars. Furthermore, small die errors like weak strikes, over-polished dies, or anomalies in the mint mark can add substantial premiums to even ordinary-looking coins. There are also so-called transitional errors where the composition does not match the expected die variety. These are exceedingly rare and typically occur when old coin blanks are accidentally mixed in with new ones or when dies are mismatched with the wrong planchet stock. One of the reasons this year in particular is so special is because the mint was producing coins in both compositions and two different date sizes simultaneously, increasing the odds for such mix-ups to occur. These mechanical oversights at the Denver or Philadelphia Mint might have lasted mere moments but resulted in coins so rare that their worth became practically incalculable. In terms of weight, the copper pennies from 1982 should weigh about 3.11 grams, while the zinc ones come in at around 2.5 grams. This means that anyone with a precision scale could potentially discover a rare error penny sitting quietly in their change jar or a coin roll from the bank. Imagine the thrill of weighing a 1982D small date penny and realizing it tips the scale closer to 3.11 grams, suggesting it might be copper when all copper small date D-mint coins were supposedly never made. This alone would be enough to make any collector's heart skip a beat. Add to that the mystery of where these error coins were distributed, how many might still be out there, and the possibility that new discoveries could be made at any time, and you begin to see why the 1982 penny has achieved a kind of mythic status. Some researchers believe that additional 1982D small date copper coins might still be lurking in private hands, passed from person to person without ever being weighed or closely examined. Others argue that all examples have already been accounted for, making the known specimens even more desirable. Either way, the possibility of finding one has captivated a generation of numismatists. Beyond just the famous copper zinc composition errors, there are also coins from 1982 that have off-center strikes, broad strikes, and other eye-catching minting mishaps. These errors, while not always worth millions, can fetch hundreds or thousands of dollars depending on the severity of the error and the demand from collectors. Coins with strong doubling on the date or inscriptions are particularly sought after, especially if they occur on a copper coin with a rare date style. The existence of so many variables, composition, date size, mint mark, strike quality, and error type, makes the 1982 penny a numismatic playground. It's not just a coin, it's a mystery, a challenge, a legend in copper and zinc. Stories have emerged of everyday people finding these coins in their pocket change, passed down from relatives, or pulled from old coin collections without any idea of their hidden value. These tales only add to the allure, proving that valuable treasures can still be found in the most ordinary places. That's part of what makes the 1982 penny so magical. It's a reminder that even the smallest, most overlooked objects can carry immense value, especially when they bear the unintentional fingerprints of history and human error. The U.S. Mint's decision to change the penny's composition was a financial one, but its unintended consequences have rippled through the numismatic world for decades. Every time a new error is discovered, it sheds more light on how complicated and unpredictable the minting process can be, particularly during periods of transition. If you're checking your change, scouring bank rolls, or digging through old coin jars, the 1982 penny deserves your attention. With a simple scale, a magnifying glass, and a bit of patience, you could uncover a fortune hiding in plain sight. It's not just about money, it's about the thrill of the hunt, the passion of discovery, and the joy of holding a piece of American minting history in your hands. The incredible story of the 1982 1-cent penny serves as a powerful reminder that errors are not always flaws. Sometimes, they are what makes something truly priceless. Whether it's the ultra-rare 1982D small date copper penny worth millions, or a unique error with unusual doubling or planchet characteristics, each coin has its own story to tell. So next time you come across a 1982 penny, don't dismiss it, take a closer look. It might just be your lucky day, and who knows, maybe you'll be the next person to make headlines with a once-in-a-lifetime discovery that started with a single cent and ended with millions. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting!